right? Did you,
1st of February, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
good morning. Thank you, Lou. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo First Year Yeshiva Tzalman. Here you show me on Zoom. Our first year, we're learning Pirkei Avos. We're taking a bit of a digression here to go into a couple of details that were mentioned in our previous shirim from the Maral Prague on terms of the covered, the honor and respect due to those who are chachamim. And here in this new document, I assume you got it. I sent it out yesterday. We'll go into a few more details on the importance, significance of those who are chachamim, and in this case, more specifically, tzaddikim. That will be based on also the Maral Prague, this document, the Nesivos Olam, and Nesiv HaTzedek, first parak in his compendium on those things which are relevant to tzaddikim. So, okay, let's begin. Who would like to read? Any volunteers?
Excuse me, I volunteer.
Okay, please go ahead.
Vayomer, is this a name of a rabbi?
V'amar Rabbi Eliezer.
Rabbi Eliezer.
That's based on the Gemara in Yuma, Daf Lamed Ches Amid Beis.
Right. Afilu bishvil tzaddik achad nivra ha'olam yiksiv v'yir'eh Elokim es haor kitov the ayin tov ella tadik
The Ein Tov Ela Tzadi.
ain tov ella tzadik. So Rabbi Eliezer says, even for the sake of a tzaddik,
For one tzaddik, even for the sake of one tzaddik.
one tzaddik, the world was created, as it is written, and Hashem saw the light, that it was good. And there is no good except for a tzaddik.
Okay, so this phrase ein Ella, this phrase ein Ella, right? Ein Torah Ella, ein Tov Ella Torah. See, this is a perfect example. So if you translate ein Tov Ella Tzadik, so what does that mean to you? If you translate it how you would translate, what does that mean?
The only good is a tzaddik.
Okay, so now we had in our previous document, if you remember, right, that was the Ein Tov Ela Torah.
Right.
So what does that mean?
The only good is from the Torah.
So how do you put the two statements together?
It seems like a contradiction.
Right, exactly. If you say the only thing that is good is a tzaddik, and if you say the only thing that is good is Torah, so well, they're mutually exclusively statements, right?
No, the tzaddik is a tzaddik because he knows the Torah.
Actually, you say that again, Roy?
The tzaddik knows the Torah, so he's part of the Torah. So they're together.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So it's not a contradiction. It's a half and half sort of.
Well, I mean that's based on that would be based on your commentary, right? So you basically you have to come up with a commentary which is going to make these two statements compatible. But as the two statements read, they're incompatible. So because of this, right? Because of this, I usually learn that this is a phrase that Chazal used, and it's when we translate it, we're not our translation is going to be causing this contradiction to come to fore. So therefore, what we want to do is not translate it literally, right? But we want to translate it in the way that Chazal intended it should be meant, right? And what does that mean? Right? That means that the meaning of this, when you have this phrase, "Ein ve'eno ella," that means it's synonymous. Like a Torah is synonymous to good, and good is synonymous to a tzaddik. The Chazal don't have a phrase synonymous, right? So Chazal use this expression, right? Use this expression, ve'ena ella, ena ella, ve'en ella. That is an expression which means that we would say in English something which is synonymous. So you can have a lot of things which are synonymous with other things, and there's no contradiction between them, right? So that's how you have to read it. My personal opinion. You have to read it in a different way. Don't read it literally. The Ein Tov Ela Tzaddik. There's nothing good except for tzaddik. No, that's not what it means at all. It means Tov is synonymous with a tzaddik. And that which is Tov is synonymous with a tzaddik. He was a tzaddik. In that way, you don't have these contradictions.
That's what I was saying, wasn't it? That's what I was.
Maybe. Good. Okay. Very good. Okay.
But Rabbi, don't we find with this phrase, ein blank, ella blank, quite often there's hyperbole. For example, it says, ein simcha ella basar v'yayin.
Right.
But that's not really meant to be taken literally, because a person can be happy in other ways.
Right. So it says ain't simcha ela you have to take within the context. When we're talking about Simchas Yom Tov. There's a mitzvah Simchas Yom Tov. So the way that a person's supposed to mekayim that mitzvah Simchas Yom Tov is through basa b'yayin. Because that's what normally makes people. It says by men it's Simchas Yom Tov by basa b'yayin. By children, it's getting snacks. By women, it's getting new clothes.
Right. So maybe here also, it doesn't actually mean the only thing that's good is a tzaddik. It means that being a tzaddik is strongly connected to goodness, but it's not the only thing.
Well, as we see,
So we could say
ain't tov ela Torah. Ain't tov ela Torah.
same
Yeah.
thing. It's not the only source of goodness. But strongly connected to goodness.
You could say maybe like the ultimate of tov is a tzaddik. The ultimate of tov is Torah. So therefore, you can have a lot of things which are ultimately the ultimate of simcha on Yom Tov is basa b'yayin.
Right.
Mhm. That's good. That fits in. That's good.
Okay, Weiter?
Sure.
Okay, I don't know this abbreviation, Shin Nun Aleph.
Shenamar, as it is stated.
Shenemar, as it is stated, Amru Tzadik Kitov. They say righteousness is good.
Right.
Kavar, he's Ba'ar Zeh. I don't know what's he's Ba'ar.
Kavar already, his bar, this has already been explained.
He Hatzadik, Shehu Tzadik, Hu Echad Bilvad. Because a tzaddik, he is righteous for his own sake. Bilvad. Bilvad means like only. He is
Right. Ki had tzaddik, shu tzaddik hu echad bilvad. Meaning it's tzaddik. That aspect of being a tzaddik is something unique. And hu echad bilvad, it's something unique.
ah. Ulevichach Chasiv in Mishlei Zachar Tzadik Livracha Kamo Sheyis Ba'ar V'zeh Shemevi HaChatuv Leroy Vayar Elokim Es Haor Kitov Va'or Hu Echad. Therefore, it's written in Mishlei, remember the tzaddik. Remember, a blessed memory.
It's going to rain. I don't know.
It's like
Yeah.
Yisbar. What is Yisbar?
As we had before, yisbar as is explained. We had the second line, kavai yisbar, right?
Right.
As it's already been explained, and kimo yisbar as it is explained.
like that it is explained, or as it is explained.
See the word be'er, the word beis olive reish is a bear is a pit or a well, right?
Right.
Something which has depth to it, right? Something has depth to it. So when you see this shorish, the beis olive reish be'er, that means there's something which there's depth, profundity to it, which needs explanation.
Ah. V'zeh shemevi, and this that we understand hakasuv, what is written, the roy v'yir elo Hashem, and Hashem saw Esaor, the light, Kitov, that it was good. Or hu echad. And the light, it's unique. The kasiv, haor,
Hey, it's with a hey, it's cursive, it's written ha or, the or is written with be with hey, and hey aleph is the word, is the letter hey. That
oh,
or, it's not, didn't say simply or, it said V'yar Elokim es haor kitov. Or haor, the or is written, that word or is written not just simply or, it's written with a hey.
written with a hey. Hayedia, ki hayedia. It is known
When you
because it's known.
right, right, that it's something which is known and specific. When you put a hey in front of a word, right, it's for something specific, not something a general reference. A derech, derech is a road, right?
Yeah,
When you say haderech, haderech is the road, not just simply generically a road. When you're saying haderech means the road, right? You say haderech liyushalayim, the way to Yerushalayim, right? This is the way to Yerushalayim. It's not a road to Yerushalayim, but this is the way to Yerushalayim. So when you put a hey in front of a word, the Hebrew grammar uses the hey instead of the word the, and also it means it's referring to something specific.
so the light, or the specific light, morah al davar miyuchad ha the elu choshcha lo kasiv the hey yediah. What is morah?
More means to like to indicate, right? More means to indicate.
Let's
It
indicate
indicates
concerning the way, I mean, concerning the thing, the specific thing,
right. It's indicating a specific thing. The hey hayedia, the hey which is making the word stand out, and it's emphasizing the word. It's mora. It indicates as an indication on something which is miyuchad, something which is specific.
and these, what is choshcha?
This is choshech. Ve'elu choshech. The opposite of the or. There's the or is the light, and then you have the opposite, which is the choshech.
It was not written with a hey.
Right. Choshech is written simply darkness, not the darkness, right? Because it's not referring to some specific darkness. It's referring to darkness in general. Lo kasev beheya yediyah. That choshech is not written with a hey yediyah, but ha'or is written with a hey yediyah, meaning it's talking about some specific type of light.
Okay, so in this paragraph, we started out talking about righteousness, tzaddik, and righteousness being good, and now we're linking that to a discussion of light, because light is also referred to as good.
Right.
And then we're saying that when the Torah discusses light, it uses a hey to indicate something special, something specific, something unique, as opposed to darkness, which is just a generic.
Correct. That's right.
Okay. Uma shehatzadik hu nikra or. And what is it that a tzaddik is called light? Ki chavar ha to va'er sheroi sheyeh tzaddik nikra or mipnei she haor nivdal the gamre he called Geshem Mikol Asher Yesh Bo Geshem Yoter Eno Meir Bilvad He Hagashme Yivtal Haor. Because already we've explained that it's proper that a tzaddik should be called light because the light what's nivdal
It's separated.
is separated from Gashmias, from physicality.
Right. This is what is linking us to this document, to what we discussed previously. That there's a element of necessity which is required for a separation from that which is physical, materialism.
Mikol
So
Geshem.
he's right. So now the morale is going in details. Now he's explaining what, meaning what is this connection between a tzaddik referring to being as something which is or, meaning what? Okay, it's tzaddik, fine, and or is or. So what's the relationship, the connection between a tzaddik and or? Kikavari is bar. It's already been explained. Shiroi shiat tzaddik is proper, that a tzaddik nikra or is proper and befitting. It's befitting that a tzaddik is referred to as or. If they show or nivdal lagamre, we call geshem, because or light is separated from all that which is physical. So you see the scientists, in the opinion of the Maharal, the scientists are wrong. The or light is not a physical, not physical at all.
Interesting. Because there's actually an experiment in which they show that light can affect a physical object.
Oh, so that's okay. That could be true, but still light is non-physical. You can have non-physical things affecting the physical things. That sounds nice. That's pretty good actually. That actually is that's actually very significant. Because that if that experiment is true, then you have proof that spiritual things can affect physical things.
Oh, very interesting.
That's a very maybe if you have a chance, someone try send me a copy or a summary of that experiment. I'd like to see that. That'd be very interesting.
All right, I'll see if I can find a description.
Yeah, you don't have to spend too much time on it. It'd just be interesting to see what they did. But yeah,
Basically, I can give you a summary. They took a pinwheel made of an extremely lightweight material, and they shine a light on it, and the pinwheel spins.
Oh yeah, I remember those from when I was a kid. They used to have these things. You had to put them out in the sun also. You know, you have to make sure there's no wind or anything like that. You to put in a house and but yeah, I remember those things. Yeah, sure. Interesting, right? Okay.
Not too sure if you can equate something spiritual with light, with that they're the same things.
Yeah, what do you mean? What's the difference?
I think something spiritual is on a different level, a different different parameters than light, which is something which is physical. Light is
Either that's not true. That's not true. Light is not physical. We just read that light is not physical.
I don't know about that. All right, was not physical, but it's from the physical world.
Well, I mean, you can have things which are you have many things which are not physical, but exist in the physical world. We're well familiar with those kind of things.
No, I would say that they were different. I mean, you can't say that it's that a cup of oil is the same as a cup of water. They've got the same sorts of things, but nothing like each other. They may have do a different anyway.
Yeah, I mean yeah, that's true. I mean, we have how many elements are there in the elemental table now? There used to be 30 to 130. Now how many there are? Maybe they found some other ones floating around somewhere. So all these each element, depending on its composition, has completely different. There are certain things which are gases. There's certain things are liquids. Certain things are solids, and then other things have properties that there are metals, and there are all kinds of different categorizations.
Something that makes them liquid, something that makes them gaseous, something that makes them viscous, and there's something that makes them spiritual.
Right.
But they're not
That's
the
good.
same. They're not equate. You can't equate them from different worlds.
Right. So light is something which is as the morale says here. He says it's again. This is his point. His point is Kikavar. It's already been explained. Sharoili tzaddik nikra or. It's proper and befitting that a tzaddik is referred to as or. Mipnei sha'or nivdil lagamri mikol geshem. That because a tzaddik is because first of all or is nivdil completely. It's completely separate from any materialism, any type of physical aspects, and we're going to see how that fits in to a tzaddik as well.
Yeah, I don't think. I think light is physical.
So you're gonna take the Maharal Prague task on that statement, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think we're talking about different things, I think. But
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, even scientists are not even sure if it's physical. They themselves, I mean, they themselves. At least that's what when I was growing up, that's what they taught me about it. And but I'm happy to see that the Maharal is confident in that it's not physical. What it is, okay, he's not saying what it is. He's saying what it's not. All right, what it is, that's another story. Okay, but he's saying it's not physical.
if you're talking about spiritual life, it's completely different. It's in the same world as something spiritual. It's not in the same world as physical life.
Well, no, we're talking about what did the pasuk say? Remember, the pasuk says that was the the pasuk which was referred to as in the second to the last line of the first paragraph, right? Shemevia Hakosev Leroya. This verse is brought as a proof. Yira Elokim Esa or Ki Toiv,
Mm.
right? And Hakadosh Baruch Hu saw the or, right? Hakadosh Baruch Hu saw the or, and so again, that's
Which or?
a that's the whole. It's not just or. It's talking about with the hey, the ha or the or. So what is that? That's what the Maharal is going to explain over here, right?
All right.
So first of all, we have to understand how a tzaddik is referred to as something which is or. And so the first step is to understand that the or is something which is non-physical. Okay. That's it, or is nivdal legamri mikol geshem. It's something which is separate completely from all physicality. Okay. In spite of what we might have learned in our secular careers. But again, as I say, even the scientists aren't convinced definitively that the light is physical. So they themselves are confused on the matter. And we can continue on. B'chol asher yesh bo geshem. Here you see there he's going to explain how this goes into the connection between or and a tzaddik. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Lou. What?
Okay, I think I'm not sure where we are now. We're in the second paragraph.
So yeah, you can start the second paragraph just to
Umasha hatzadik hu nikra or. Just as the tzaddik is referred to as or as light. Ki kavar ha ba'er he's ba'er sheroi sheyeh tzaddik nikra or mipnei she haor nivdal legamre mikol geshem. Because already we've explained that it's fitting that the tzaddik should be called light because that the light is separated from physicality, from all that is physical. B'chol asher yesh bo geshem, from everything that there is within it physicality. Yoter eno me'ir bilvad ki hagashme yivtal haor. More so, there's not what's me'ir.
Okay, so that's illuminates.
Illuminate.
That the that right, that or is completely separate from anything physical. Recall asher yesh bo, and it said, and here is, and the converse of that statement is recall yesh bo geshem yoser, that which is more physical. The more that something is physical, enu me'ir, it does not give illumination. Bilvad ki hagashmi yivatal or. Even more so, the gashmi, that which is material, interferes and blocks nullifies or. Right? All that which is physical, the only thing you might maybe make an exception is perhaps a lens, but even at that, we have to understand how that works a little bit. But in general, anything which is physical is going to nullify or it'll interfere with illumination. That which is physical is not illuminating.
בדבר זה, בארנו פעמים הרבה. And this thing, what's ba'arnu?
What's the source of this word again?
Aran, Aleph Resh Nun.
Well, actually, nun vav is usually nun vav is a we. That's a reference to we. Nun vav. Aleinu.
Ba'er, to explain.
We have explained. But Arnu, we have explained. Exactly right. That's the shorish. Always look for that shorish. When you see that base aleph resh, right? Sometimes you might have a yud in between the aleph and the resh or something like that, or maybe
Right.
two reshes or something like that. But whenever you see that shorish base aleph resh, that's referring to explanations or elaborations.
So we have explained many times. This matter we have explained many times. Shechein timtza be'olam shechol asher hu gashmei yoter hu achor b'choshech beyoter. And we find that anything that is physical, anything, the more physical it is, it brings darkness. It brings more darkness.
Right. We like this is something we've explained many times. Shekain timsa ba'olam shekol asher hu gashmi. We see that in the world, in the physical world, that which is something which is physical, yosef, which is more physical, hu akur b'choshek biyoser. Akur means it's thick and dark, biyoter.
It's more thick and dark.
Right.
Ad hagil galim she'en safek shecho mer shelahem zach v'dak bioter ad shekim at shekim at eno nichshav chomer, until Gilgalim is wheels.
In this context, ad hagagalim she'ein safek shechomer shelahem zach v'dak b'yoser ad shekamat enu chashav chomer. Until ad hagagalim, the Gilgalim is that it's like a process. It's a process. Until there's a process, right? She'ein safek shechomer shelahem. I mean, this is this is referring back to the tzaddikim, right? I mean, until there is a process which is taking place in them, she'ein suffered, there's no doubt, shechomer shalem, that this, the physicality of a tzaddik, that which is physical, that physical component of a tzaddik, right? There's no doubt that that physical component of a tzaddik, it's zach v'dak b'yoser. Zach, it's like it's purified, right? Like shemen zayis zach, right? For Hanukkah, you want to have shemen zayis zach. You want to have pure olive oil, zach, pure. V'dak, and dak, it's refined. Bioter, and very refined. It's pure and very refined.
Until Shekim is a little bit.
Until almost Eina Nikshav Homer, until it's almost no longer considered to be physical Homer. Meaning, basically, Maral is explaining that the tzaddik, it's fitting that the tzaddik is referred to as ors, because simply as, just like ore is nothing physical, and therefore it's something which is beyond being physical, because the ore has the ability to illuminate things, and we know that which is physical is something which will interfere and block a cause koshech, right? The opposite of light, and will not illuminate things. Right? Things which are physical do not illuminate things. Likewise, the tzaddik, right, that his aspect, his component of being physical has become so refined and purified that it's as if he's not considered to be physical at all at this point. Oh. Okay. Actually, it's about 10 to 10. Maybe it's a good time to stop now.
Okay.
Any questions on these two paragraphs that we just started off learning today?
No, not for me.
Okay. Very good. So let's take a little break now, and we'll start to Mr. Bruce here, and we can continue with this Yom Rishon tomorrow.